Hi, you guys. Oh my goodness. So, how have you all been? I have been, I've got, actually, I took notes. You see my little notepad here. Um, I've been doing pretty good. I just got out of the shower. Excuse this hair. I don't have a blow dryer. I just let it dry naturally, and it takes like 85 years for my hair to dry. It always has, no matter if it's long or short. But how are you guys doing? Happy Veterans Day to all you guys who are veterans out there. I myself am a veteran. I did 2 years in the United States Army from 1999 to 2001. I was a chaplain assistant, and that was way back in the day. I mean, that seems like another lifetime ago, you know? Oh my goodness. But yes, I served. And I did. I never went to war or anything like that. But I, raised my right hand and swore I would defend this country, etc., etc. So I was uh, I was 18 when I joined because, like, I remember most of the people I graduated with in high school, they were going off to college, and there were some of us who were going off into the military, and I was one of them. I decided to join the army because I liked that. Like I did in high school, I did 3 years of NJROTC, and I loved it. I loved that, and I was like, I'm gonna keep with that structure, and so I decided to join the army. So, yep, I did my time. I actually, technically, I was supposed to do 3 years, but I got kicked out in my second year. Nothing bad, nothing bad. I was honorably discharged because I was like 30 seconds, no, maybe 20, I think it was 23 seconds off my run time on my PT test. Back then, they could kick you out for that. But anyway, so that's that. So if you're a veteran, thank you for serving. I appreciate that. Um, you guys, oh my gosh, some of you who follow me know what's happening. But this Friday, Steve Perry is going to release some news or a video or a new song or etc. etc. And I'm very, 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 oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, so sorry. I feel like the way I feel right now is like how I felt in 2018 when Traces was about to be kind of be released, but before Traces was released, they would do like there would be like a snippet of No More Crying. There was like a, I don't know, like a 10 or 15 second snippet of like No More Crying, and we got to look forward to that. And I feel so giddy like I did back then. And I remember, oh my gosh, you guys, I did not sleep for like several weeks. Like when all of Steve Perry's social media came up and all these things started happening, I did not sleep. And I feel the same way. I'm so giddy. I'm so excited. And oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. And I have to work Friday. I have to work 7 to 3. So everyone else is gonna like find out all this cool stuff or watch a new video before me, and it's fine. It's fine. But that's what's gonna happen. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. But I hope he releases a new video because he does have on December 4th. He has a his it's like a re-release of Traces, but it's like stripped down the acoustic version, and that's gonna be awesome to hear. Like just him and a guitar, or him and a piano, or just him and his voice, because his voice is literally an instrument all its own. So that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome. Excuse me. Water break. So let me share with you the past maybe 7 to 10 days, okay? Oh my goodness. I mean, if I look pale to you, it's not the lighting, okay? Um, but where should I begin this story? Um, about 10 days ago or so, hubby came home. Hold on, let me check the date. Ouch. Calendar. It was maybe November 2nd. And hubby came home from work and he was like, oh, so and so came to work sick today. And I was just like, oh, God. Because whenever anyone comes home, like, or no, wait. No, hubby said, let me rephrase that. Hubby said, oh, so and so came to work sick today. I was like, why? If you're sick, stay home. I mean, why would you go to work and infect everybody else? But that's a pet peeve of mine, you know? And hubby was like, well, no, yeah, hubby's like, he's like throughout the day, and he's like, I just started feeling bad, and so hubby had been sick for several days, like I think from like November 3rd to maybe the 5th or 6th. He's better now, and I knew that regardless if hubby sleeps upstairs and I sleep downstairs, I knew I was gonna catch whatever cooties that he brought home from work. I knew it. Oh God. Okay. I knew it because I do. I catch things easily. And I haven't been sick in a very long time. I haven't been sick. I haven't had a cough or a cold or anything, sore throat, nothing like that for years, for several years. What is this? It's a piece of my white hair. Yes, I do have white hair. You can't really see it. Well, you see some of that. You see the streaks? Yep, I'm getting old, you guys. I'll be 40 next year. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm all like distracted. Okay, so I'm gonna say around November 3rd ish. November 3rd. I noticed that I started to have kind of like a sore throat, and I had a runny nose. And I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, whatever, because I sleep with the fan on downstairs, and I sleep with the fan on downstairs. I mean, I don't care if it's cold outside. I gotta have the fan on. That's just how I am. And I thought maybe I was just having some reaction from that. Come, let's see, the third. Oops, no, go back to November. About November 4th, and hubby was going to work during this time, but of course, and they wear masks at work, and come the 4th, my throat was on fire, and it hurt to talk, and it hurt to swallow food or even water. It hurt bad. I still had a runny nose, and I started to develop a cough, and I was also fatigued, but not too badly fatigued. But I think the worst part for me was like it was hard for me to talk, and I couldn't swallow like even water because it hurt. It hurt really bad, and so I just started taking. I didn't have any like cold and flu pills or whatever to take. I just started taking regular Tylenol. Um, it did nothing. Regular Tylenol does nothing when you have like a cold or a flu. It just doesn't. Tylenol is for like headaches, body aches, back aches, stuff like that. Anyway, um, so I felt like crap really, really bad the 4th and the 5th. And you were thinking, why didn't you go out and get some like, Alka-Seltzer Plus or whatever? It's because we didn't get paid until the 6th on Friday. Um, by November 6th, the fatigue I was feeling was just unreal. Unreal. Like, oh my God. Like, it was like, okay, I've dealt with fatigue from being anemic. I've dealt with fatigue from my depression. I've dealt with fatigue from just not getting enough sleep. This fatigue was on a whole other playing field. I mean, it was like nothing I ever felt before. And then my body, like, on November 6th, that's when the body ache started, right? And I was just like, what is going on? I was like, is this the flu? Some people are like, oh, go get tested for COVID. I'm like, it ain't COVID. I was like, I still have my sense of smell. I could still taste everything, stuff like that. And but I was just so achy and just so all over, like, blah. And I had this cough and all this crap. So um, we went out and got on Friday. We got this huge box of like the Dayquil, Nyquil pills because they do work good for me. They really do. They always have. And I started taking them, and then on Saturday, I noticed that my sore throat was gone and my runny nose dried up. So I was like, oh, that's great. I still had kind of like a slight lingering cough, and I was still very fatigued, very, very, very fatigued. So I did. I took on Saturday. I just kept up with the Dayquil and just resting and resting and hydrating, and I kind of felt a little normal on Saturday, but not much. But I felt a little bit better, so there's that. Sunday, hubby, no, was it Sunday? Did he go to work? No. he went to work Saturday. No, okay, no, okay. I'm getting my days mixed up. See, my short-term memory's bad. Saturday, hubby went to work, overtime. Yay! He went to work for several hours, and I remember when I woke up officially on Saturday, though, I felt weird, like a weird, like I felt better, but I felt weird, and I literally felt weird all day on Saturday. Like I can't describe how the weirdness I felt. It just didn't feel right. And he came home from work, and I was telling him about how I was feeling and how it just didn't feel right or normal or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, you're fine." He's like, "Just go sleep it off." And I was like, "No, I'm not fine. Something is off, you know." And I hear a radio. Okay, never mind. And um, I just went downstairs and I plopped down on our. We have like this like leather couch, and I just plopped down on it and I put on like a movie, and I just like whatever, and I watched it, and then around I'm gonna say 5, uh, I went upstairs where he was, and I was like, "Can you please drive me to the emergency room?" I was like, "I don't feel good, and I'm not lying to you. Something is off. It's wrong." And hold on. And he's like, "I told you just go sleep it off. You'll be fine." And I was just like, "You know what? I'll drive myself, okay?" And I was mad at that point, and I had forgotten. I actually drove to Dallas to one of the hospitals, and I forgot I forgot my wallet with all my like my driver's license and my money, my ID, debit card, because I was like mad because I was like, how are you gonna do this to me, you know? Um, oh my god. So he ended up actually having to take an Uber from our house to the hospital, and it was like 22 or $23 just to get over there. He was not happy, but I forgot my wallet. I couldn't help that. Um, long story. No, it's not a long story. I waited 9 hours in that hospital waiting room to get seen. Y'all, they weren't that busy because like this hospital, when they call people back, they don't do one at a time. They literally will call people. They'll call like 5 or 6 people at a time to go back into the to get a room and to get seen. So it wasn't super packed, but 9 hours, and there were people who were there even before me, and it that's just no. um, and like I don't have insurance. Well, at that time, I didn't know I had health insurance. I know now that hubby has put me on his health insurance plan at his new job. So that's good news. But I would not have went to the emergency room had I not felt the way I was feeling. And I couldn't put my finger on it, you know? Um, but so, yes, after 9 hours, I think I officially got into the hospital waiting room at like 6 p.m. on. Hold on, I'm looking again. Where's my calendar? Okay. Officially on around 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. I didn't get called back into a room to see the nurses or doctors until Sunday morning at like 3:30 a.m. Okay, I had to be to work at 7 on Sunday of all things, right? And jeez, 9 hours in a waiting room. And people, like the people who were there before me, were like raising all kinds of hell at the desk to the nurses and shit. And they're like, why is everyone else more important than the rest of us who are here? How no one comes out to check on us to make sure we're okay, et cetera, et cetera. And I was sitting there just like, I was like yelling at these nurses aren't gonna make things better, but I get what they're saying. So, um, finally, when I did get called back at like 3:30 in the morning, I remember the nurse was like, she's like, "Oh, go ahead, lay down and relax." I'm like, "Lady, I've been sitting down for 9 hours. The last thing I want to do is sit down." So I was just like, "Jeez." But so I stood up. I was just like, and she's like, "A doctor will be in shortly," and and uh, and I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, yeah. So the doctor comes in, and he was really cool, like really cool doctor, and he told me to describe how I've been feeling, and so like everything I've told you, the body aches, the my throat on fire, this cough, and just fatigue is unreal, fucking unreal fatigue. Um, he asked me if I had been around anyone with COVID, and I was like, no. And he went over the COVID symptoms with me, and I was like, no, I haven't had that. And I haven't had a fever, even though I've been feeling like hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, and I can't get comfortable as far as like temperature goes. Um, but I was like, no, no, no one. I haven't been around anyone with COVID. I was like, but I do work with the public, and God knows what I pick up from them. And and I was like, is it the flu? And he's like, I don't think. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's not the flu. He's like, he checked my lungs. My lungs were clear. He checked my lymph nodes. Lymph nodes were fine. He checked my O2 stats, my oxygen. It was fine. And after a couple more things, he was just like, because he heard my cough, and he's just like, he's like, I'm 100% sure you got bronchitis, and I'm like, oh, great, I was like, I don't even know if I've ever had that before, so, but he's like, usually, he's like, the thing with bronchitis, it's a virus. He's like, you're gonna need to just rest. And I told him I was taking Dayquil and Nyquil, and how it was working. It was working rather well for me. And he's like, well, continue taking that. He's like, I'll also prescribe you a steroid. What's it called? Prednisone or something. He's like, you can either get it filled or not get it filled. That's up to you. Um, he's like, but he's like, rest and fluid and rest is what you need. And I was just like, okay. And I was like, I told him, I was like, well, I'm supposed to be to work in like 3 hours, so write me a note. He's like, sure. So, um, and he asked me if I wanted to do, if I wanted more days off, and I'm just like, I can't do that right now. I was like, I need to have some hours, but thank you. So, he wrote me a note. He gave me my, discharge papers and all that stuff, and sent me on my way. We got home at like 5 a.m. on Sunday morning, and jeez, I think I slept for like 5 hours, which is really bad. But after I woke up, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm just really fatigued. That's why I'm so pale right now. It's not just the light. Uh, oh, I woke up, and I brought over that note to the assistant manager, and he was like, okay. He's like, well, bring this in. You work tomorrow, right? And I was like, I think so. I don't know my hours. And he looked for at my hours, and he's like, yeah, Monday you work 7 to 3. He's like, just bring it in and give it to boss lady, boss lady. Then I was like, okay. And he's like, I hope you feel better. I'm like, yeah. So I rested all day on Sunday, and jeez. And come Monday, I I woke up feeling worse than better. Like Monday was one of the days where I was not feeling. I woke up feeling not bad but not good, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, I need to go to work, right? So my hubby dropped me off at work, and I was there like 30 minutes early, and I literally just laid down I took a chair, and I took out a chair, and I just like laid there till I clocked in at 7. And at my McDonald's location, they do a wellness check. They take our temperatures. They make sure they ask us if we're feeling okay. And it's weird. My temperature was fine, but I was feeling really flushed and hot. But it was fine, and so I actually worked. I worked for about 2.5 hours, and then I went on break. And that's when I went and talked to my main manager, and I told her what had happened this past weekend and how I was feeling now. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this till 3. I'm too weak. I really am. And I told her how my chest was kind of hurting, and it still is actually. I have a little, because of the bronchitis or whatever, and because I've been coughing. And she's like, "That's fine." She's like, "Go ahead, go home. We have enough people." And I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yes." She's like, "It's only when I'm on my days off and nobody really is here to run this place and people keep calling off. That's when I get worried. But yes, I'm here. Go home. Go rest." I was like, "Okay." so, so that was Monday. But and I felt bad because like I know that my next paycheck, I ain't gonna have no money on that. I'm really not. Oh my god. Um, so I mean, I'm feeling. Today is what, the 11th. I'm feeling better today. I'm still a little worn out, but my cough has gotten better, um, and I feel better. So I'm grateful for that. I truly am. But yeah, that's my little ordeal there. Speaking of work, I was working 4 days a week and I was off three, but I told Fabi, my boss, I told her a few weeks ago, I was like, no, I can't do 4 days. Um, and that was when I first started, and my body was getting used to having to stand for like 9 hours on concrete. Um, and my body was like rejecting that. But she's put me down for now. I worked 3 days and I'm off four. But I think come December, I might ask her to put me back on 4 days. So, yep. All right, you guys. Oh my God, this fatigue. I'm so worn out. Oh my gosh. All right. I hope you all are doing good. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I did want to get another video out today, or I wanted to get a video out to you today because it's been 2 weeks since my last video. So thank you for listening to me. And if you have not signed up for notifications for Steve Perry, go to steveperry.com and scroll to the bottom and it'll say sign up for notifications or whatever. Just put your email address in so you don't miss anything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you all again for listening to me. I hope you all are doing good and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.